For those who have to perhaps take a day off, and it's usually on Monday, and they get to work on Sunday, I don't know how people around them actually see them, because on Monday, you're not getting ready to go anywhere. What do you do for a living again? Oh my God, it's a Monday. Good afternoon to you, and the sun is out, so welcome to this side, the sunny side. My name is Constance Irele Mega. 30 minutes gone past 12, and let's talk about enjoy together, pay together. So I have a question for you, and the question is pretty simple. Should spouses of internet fraudsters, that's the Yahoo boys, should they also be arrested and jailed, when their partners get caught? That's the question I have for you. Well, businesswoman Laura Ikeji Kano actually thinks so. Now, her argument is that if these spouses, of course the ladies this time, enjoy the wealth and luxury that come from fraud, they should also face the punishment. For better, for worse. Till death do you part. If you're still together and the worst comes, by all means, embrace it. As much as you're enjoying and embracing, the better. But then, another question is this even fair? Should ignorance also be an excuse? I mean, I don't know. I didn't know that he was doing this. Well, I'm not aware that the woman I married is this kind of person. Should that be an excuse? Or perhaps maybe feigning ignorance? More like turning a blind eye. Is that as much as... Is it the same thing? Can we put it at par with the gravity of, the person who's committing the crime? Like, is it the same thing as committing the crime? But you say, I better go. So far as I not follow and they carry gun. So far as I not follow and they press. So far as I not follow and they siphon funds, right? I'm just here doing me. I mean, everybody knows I got a career. But turning a blind eye, is it the same thing? Is it as bad as committing the crime itself? Do you even think that maybe this is an approach that could actually help to reduce fraud or corruption to a reasonable extent? Because we can't say that we can eliminate it totally. No, we can't do that. But to reduce it to a reasonable extent. Or do you think it's going to create more problems? And the kind of problems I'm looking at here is marital problems. On one hand, we could have more broken homes, because daddy and mommy are not even around to take care of the kids. They are in jail. And the other angle to these broken homes is that the moment you realize that it's like your spouse is doing something that's it's looking like you're not really understanding. Say, I beg, I cannot come and go and pay for what I don't know. I pack my bag, I pack my things, I find my way, and I go. So I would like to hear from you. Do you agree or disagree that spouses of fraudsters and corrupt people should also face the law? And I'm also asking, would this lead to more broken homes and distrust in marriages? All right, welcome aboard. Get on Facebook. We're live there. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Interesting. Something is going to obstruct or disrupt this conversation, is it? Okay. It's at 1:10 that we have something. So, yeah, we can work with this. But I'm seeing at 12:55. I'm not really sure if this is for me. I'm just saying. All right. So let's talk though. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0002 and 0817-923-0033. 03. You can as well send me a message via WhatsApp to 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. There are places where the government, what they do, I think in Anambra should be one of those states where they have this law where a kidnapper's properties, whatever he owns will be destroyed the moment the person is arrested as well. All right. But this time around, we're talking about the spouse of this person who is a corrupt person, who is a fraudster. Should they also face the law as well as alongside their spouse? Hello, welcome. What's your name?
Hello, Dennis.
This happens to be Constance. Hello.
Constance, sorry. It sounds more like Dennis. Sorry. My name is Eroma. I'm calling from Port Harcourt.
Okay, go on.
I strongly believe that no spouse can claim that he or she is not aware of her spouse's or spouse's illicit business.
Really?
Like, a wife cannot say she's not aware if her husband is either a kidnapper or a robber. Nobody can say that. Yes.
Please give me why do you think that it's not possible that a spouse would be kept in the dark?
This person is your spouse.
Uh-huh.
For what is what, you live under the same roof with this person.
So?
Okay, let's say a husband is cheating and a wife cannot say she hasn't seen or suspect him. Either him whispering to his phone or how he guard his phone or something. There's just this hunch. You're a lady. You have this sixth sense when something is fishy.
Well, not everybody has got that because, someone can, from day one, present themselves in a particular way and you don't ever imagine that this person would be this way. I remember a story of a lady who only found out her husband was cheating when he died in an accident on his way to go meet his mistress in another state.
How old was that marriage?
I don't know, but in fact, when she was called on the phone, she did not agree with them.
The husband can only do this for a short while. When you are in the stalking stage, you can do that. But when this lady has moved in with you, now that lady got blinded, maybe by the luxury coming from this illicit business, and she chose to give it a blind eye or deaf ears. But she can't say for a certain that she's not aware that the husband is doing an illegal business. So for me, they should also go in for the crime. If you can do the crime, you can do the time. If you can enjoy the luxury, enjoy what comes with it.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. But I strongly also disagree with, his arguments that because two people are married, you must know what the other person does. People set up shop and make it look like that's what they are selling, but that's not what they're selling. They're not even interested in that. Yeah, people do that. We've seen that happen over time. So yeah, it's possible that a spouse doesn't even know that this is what their other half does in real life. Hello, Okonkwo from Rumokuta, welcome.
Yes, Mr. Constance, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Happy new week.
Yes. Let's start from the supreme natural law of the Almighty God. Romans chapter 14, verse 12. It says that every man will give account of his life and every woman too. Then secondly, in the international legal provision, there's no if another person commits a crime, another person should suffer for it. And since the supreme law of the Almighty God does not say that in Romans, and international law does not say that.
But have you heard of covering a crime, being aware of a crime, and you do not speak up? You also know that's a crime?
Yeah, there are millions of people that do not know the crime that their husband commits and the crime that their wife commits. So, such intention to set up such an act I will call it a draconia act or a draconia line.
Okay.
So that such a law should not be enacted. Everyone that commits crime should pay for it, not involving another person.
All right. Thank you very much, Okonkwo. But so that we don't get it mixed up, there's nobody anywhere. There's no, what are they called now? National Assembly or, the State Assembly. Nobody is trying to enact any law, all right? It's businesswoman Linda Ikeji's sister, Laura, who came up with this. She was like, spouses of Yahoo boys, you should also face the law. If you're enjoying the Birkin bag and the vacations and everything, now when it's time to pay, you should also show up to come and collect your own. Hello, Real Gift. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to you, my lady.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you. We are told in my community that to grow big stuff teeth is not a challenge. But the challenge is to grow the size of lip that will cover that teeth for you. Now, if you want to sentence spouses of Yahoo guys, let me put it that way.
And corrupt people. You could also be the politicians.
Is it? Okay, you said corrupt people.
And Yahoo boys. Yes, I'm doing fraudsters and corrupt people.
Most of the politicians, their wives go to jail too now. Their children, when they send go abroad to go to jail. Is it not? Because if you say plus corrupt people, that means every time now the government knows that these people, they are to be alleged to you. They come to this particular one. Please, the caller who said no woman will not know the illicit or whatever the husband does. He should watch the movie True Lies and not Schwarzenegger. And there are persons today, just like you said, they get some boutique where they see for street. The person will get that boutique, love those shirt and t-shirt where they are when they survive on. We know these things. It's possible the spouses are not aware, the wives. So for me, you don't go use another person's thing to hang me. Besides, it was the one that came after me. Now me go find him.
So it could be either way, actually. That's why I used the word spouse. So it could be although she was saying the women, right? So the woman could be the criminal.
Okay.
And the man didn't know that the wife is a criminal.
My lady, let me ask you this question before I drop.
Go on.
Now, or let me put it this way, I know you work in that radio station.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know other businesses you have? Now, if your husband knows everything, and then tomorrow, peradventure, there is one that is wrong you are doing, why should he be arrested for it? Because he did not send you that message, for goodness sakes, and it's possible he's not aware. If I'm aware, he can decide not to spill, because like you said, it will lead to a lot of broken homes. And who will manage those broken homes? Now you honor me, my lady.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Real Gift. Hello, Mr. Zion. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to you. The truth is, I share same sentiments by the businesswoman, and I so wish and desire we can promulgate such a law in this country.
Why?
Any man that commits a crime, we should go after his father, his mother, his wives, and his children. And that is why crime will not stop. Our fathers practice it. That is why you hear a word like this. Don't bring shame into this family. Oh. What does that tell you? Don't go and commit crime, because it's also going to rob us. Didn't our fathers, our uncles, our aunts were upright? We now woke up and say vicarious liabilities should be abrogated. Anybody that commits crime, let him face the crime. Let me be honest to you. Some family will look into their family. We'll get one stubborn boy here. Oh boy, who commit crime will they here? And the pikin will look, well, let me sacrifice myself and commit a crime for my family. There is poverty here. See, Until we start to arrest criminals and prosecute their guardians, we will never have peace in this country.
All right.
Until we start doing it. See, do you know that it was also on a Saturday? I had a discourse with some of the security agents or whatever, and I told them this thing carefully. When somebody is coming to recruit as a policeman, you have a form you call the guarantor form or choice. All the policemen that have been dismissed, tell me one. They showed us the face of his guarantor. One, just one.
All right, Mr. Zion.
So what am I trying to say? As long as we don't want to prosecute the family members that are enjoying the crime and the proceed, criminality will continue. Let's visit the ways of our fathers.
All right. Thank you very much for calling, Mr. Zion. Anonymous says, if someone knows yet turns a blind eye, yes, they should be punished too. An enabler is the same as a perpetrator, but without the liver or guts of the perpetrator. Some women or men truly don't know everything their spouses do. Federal government... Oh, sorry. For God's sake. I said federal government. For God's sake, some women only find out at their husband's burial or will reading that he had a second or even third family. But in the man's lifetime, she never had any reason to suspect. I have come to the conclusion that if you know something about a person, it's only because they want you to know. Or your chi or your God or your ancestors have decided to pity you and let you know. And number 3, I don't understand why Laura said what she said, because the people she's putting on blast are her target market. How she want take feed if they don't patronize her. Okay, Promise. Hello, good morning. Good afternoon, rather. Promise from Gokana, welcome.
Yeah, someone committed a crime and the family to be held responsible.
Spouse, specifically.
Spouse. Okay, I don't think it's actually in a very good fit. However, there are spouses who are partners to their own spouse in terms of crime and whatever activities they do.
Mm-hmm.
So it is very, very difficult to ascertain and also make a pronouncement. But in my own understanding, my own judgment, I would say that the person who committed the crime should be held responsible. And in further investigation, if the spouse is able to discover that has knowledge in terms of if financial I'm doing a business that probably not give me more than $1 million in a month, and I'm spending on my spouse more than $1 million in a month, then my spouse should be able to make inquiry where this money is coming from. Do you understand? So you should be able to assess the extent to which the income of your husband and your wife is coming from, what they are doing, and what amount such thing can produce to the house. So you cannot be working something that will give you less than $1 million and you're driving a car that works for something million. Do you understand? So when you see such people, you will understand that the both couples have knowledge of what they are doing. So such person should be held responsible. But if in paraventure where maybe your husband is into a business and you think that the business are used to have a family, and he's doing something that is secret, and the money is not reflecting on the other person, then the person is innocent. Do you understand? So in that case, when the investigation is being carried out, you adequately understand if both of them are into this business together or one is not part of the crime.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Promise from Gokana. Michael Newmold says, how many politicians have been arrested for fraud and their wives or husbands also arrested, not because they stole, but because they enjoyed what their husband looted in government? That your proposal won't hold water concerning arresting Yahoo's spouse. He says Yahoo spouse. He's not Yahoo spouse. Oh my God. Okay. To be arrested with his or her spouse together, Constance, long time. Hi, Michael. Thank you for your message right there. And I'm looking at messages here on Facebook. Also, Francis Namani says he's watching live from Amagunze in Enugu State. Hello. He says they can only face the wrath of the law if they are directly or indirectly involved. All right. Prince Ifeanyi Beke says no. So no to what now? Spouses of fraudsters and corrupt people should not also face the law. And then Bright Odike says, Original Constance Maker, it's Newman texting from, okay, Rumuji Odegu. He says they shouldn't be arrested. All right, thank you. Ikenna Okeoka. Okeoka. Says, nope, they're not the ones committing the crime. Meanwhile, most of them might think their spouses are doing decent jobs because their husbands lied to them that they work in corporate organizations just to hide what they do. So I don't think they should be roped in. Let the criminals carry their cross alone, Biko. All right, Zite Barry says they can't tell me that they are not aware of what their spouses do. So they are part of it. And so anything that has to do with it concerns them too. Interesting. Faith from Akbajo, you're my last caller for now. Hello, Faith. Hi.
Hello?
Good afternoon, Faith.
Okay. The husband is interested in the business and the wife has no knowledge of the business. Like something can maybe happen to the business, or maybe the means taking the husband to court, all those. Since the husband and the wife doesn't know the knowledge about this business, they can easily take up the business or anything that can happen illegal. So, to me, if a husband that is committing crime and gets married to, maybe he has a wife, and the wife doesn't know this and whatever the husband is doing, I think to me is a pure lie. It's a pure lie because the husband and wife they are more like they are teammates. They are teammates. So they do know whatever thing they are doing. They know this one is there, this one is there. They have more like best friends.
Are you married though?
I'm not married, but
okay.
That is what it's supposed to be. As a husband, you're supposed to know.
Okay.
Whatever thing you're doing, whether it's a crime or whether anything you're doing, so your wife's supposed to know.
All right. Thank you very much. I like the last part where he says supposed to, right? It's the same way that 1 + 1 is supposed to be 2 until you meet some people that know how to be very fraudulent. And then you're seeing that 1 + 1 is not 2. By the time they add 1 to another 1, you're seeing thousands. And you're wondering, where's all this money coming from? My dear. It's supposed to be, right? Yeah. A spouse ought to know what their partner does. Not just what they do for a living, but every other thing they do. There should be transparency in marriage. That's what ought to be. But that's not what it is in real life. All the time, in every marriage. So it is possible. It reminds me now of a particular story we had in our news, though. The lady came to the newsroom and she was interviewed, and then she goes, her husband does not own a laptop. My response was, to be on a safe side, don't say he does not own a laptop. Say you're not aware that he owns a laptop. And then it turns out that the young man was, what was that thing again? It's a cyber kind of crime. I think they got the nude of a young lady and was harassing her and asking her to pay some money. So that was what he was doing. She was not even aware. For her husband don't go work. And this is the work he does. He does not own a laptop. He does not even know about all these internet things that people are doing these days. My dear, it's what you know that you know. It's what you are allowed to know that you know. Right? We'll continue this conversation, but that will be after the plethora of recorded programs that will be happening. Right now, I've got one, Swizako, for 5 minutes. And then at the top of the hour, 1 p.m., I'll be right back here with the news. And after the news, trending stories actually, at 1:10, there's going to be a 15 minutes program. And afterwards, maybe 1 or 2 songs, and then I'll be back. All right, just stick around. I'm Constance Irele Mega, and this is still the sunny side. But hey, send me those messages. I'll read them when I come back. I'm still asking you, should spouses of fraudsters and corrupt people also face the law when the law catches up with them? Just stay tuned.
Please listen to this infomercial.
Now you know. Now you know. If you know, you know.
Yeah,